I've heard that some people have accused President Trump of not being empathetic during the COVID hysteria earlier this year. I thought he handled the situation well. I don't expect the federal government to solve all of my problems. So my expectations are much lower than a lot of other people's who have a lot of expectations of the federal government. Mine are very low. I expect the feds to manage the borders. I expect them to be careful about and skeptical of international agreements. I expect them to be decisive when it's necessary to engage militarily, whether there's, in a strike or in any kind of engagement. I expect decisive action. But otherwise, I generally expect the federal government to stay the hell out of my life. So there's we have to look at those prejudices going in. Some people have really high expectations. I do not. But if there is a natural disaster or any kind of disaster that affects more than one state, like a tsunami or an earthquake or a hurricane, and the president is reasonably expected to take a leadership role, I'll take a steady hand on the wheel over "I feel your pain" any day of the week. I don't want empathy from my president. I want ability. If I was lying in a hospital bed, the victim of some kind of disaster, and Trump came to my hospital and walked into my hospital room and tilted his head and put his little lip out and said, "Oh," I would rise from my bed, pull the IV out of my arm, and slap him across the face. I don't want that from Trump. I want to hear my president say, "We got this." And that's what he did. That's how you calm people down. That's how you lead in a disaster. Expecting the president to say, "I feel your pain," is one of the sicknesses of our culture. It indicates spiritual rot. It indicates demasculation, feminization, wussification. Imagine asking George Patton to say, "I feel your pain." He'd laugh in your stupid face. From time to time, I may want to hear my president say, "We're going to kick its ass." But I can't imagine ever wanting empathy from him. Trump is Patton. Trump is a dragon slayer. I judge my president by dragons slain. And he's not done. There's some big dragons out there. That's what I've said about Trump all along. I'd rather have rude and real than nice and fake. I love Trump because he's rude. His rudeness proves that he's not trying to be something that he's not. He's not affecting his persona like everybody else does, like Obama did, like Liz Warren does, like Cory Booker does, like Kamala Harris does, like all of them do, almost all of them. Tulsi Gabbard was one of the few that appeared genuine on the Democrat stage for sure. Among the primary contenders, one of the only ones that had any modicum of sincerity. I'd rather have sincere and rude than nice and fake. "Oh, I feel your pain." I don't ever want to see my president stick out his little lip like that. I don't want to see it. To hell with platitudes. Platitudes are the problem. We've practically platituded ourselves to death. Strap on some balls, America. Strap on your balls. For Lou Mercado Productions, I'm Andrew Maxwell.